back to the news at 10. The federal government has announced plans to introduce a zero-based budgeting system as a step towards fighting corruption and blocking leakages in public service. Addressing participants at the ongoing Nigerian Economic Summit, the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said the initiative will require ministries, departments and agencies to justify their budgetary allocations for each year. He pointed out that though the process would be rigorous and stressful, it would ensure transparency and accountability. And from there we take across into the world of business, and here's Anne Waldo.
You first. First Bank.
Hello and welcome to Business News. The former governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola, does not see any basis for the increase in the value-added tax. Mr. Fashola, who was answering questions during the ministerial screening at the National Assembly today, said the federal government should optimize the capacity to collect the taxes presently in place. And one of the ways to ensure all-inclusive growth in the country is to ensure that Nigerians at the grassroots benefit from loans that could help create jobs for them. This is the view of the chairman of Zenith Bank PLC, Mr. Jim Ovia, who says that the bank made interventions in the provision of loans to Nigerians to boost their businesses.
Nigeria arguably is the largest economy in Africa with over about 500 billion US dollars, but we needed to ensure that the masses, the underbank and the informal sector are included in the economy, and the Nigerian economy will be much larger. But the only thing is that despite the 500 billion and market GDP of 500 billion, but you also find out that the GDP per capita is only about slightly above $2,000, which is not one of the highest in Africa. It's certainly not one of the highest. It's pretty high enough if you're looking at the African equation, but definitely the most important thing is there should be inclusiveness of the informal sector to make the economy larger. And we also have to start disbursing money to the small, medium-scale entrepreneurs, to the cooperatives who will reach out to the market women. Those are the areas. Yeah, we've also focused on large corporate, but that is not the question now. The question now is how do we empower the unemployed, the masses, the market women, the peasants, and the farmers. That's the area that will help generate more economic growth.
Well, equities at the Nigerian stock market closed in the red today, with the key broad index falling below 30,000 mark at 29,668.16. Bisi Adebayo tells us more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The bears maintained their grip on the Nigeria equities markets as investors continue to book profits off some major stocks. Down 1.30%, the key broad index fell below the 30,000 mark at 29,668.16. Market capitalization stood at 10.19 trillion naira. Market breadth was negative as 28 losers outweighed 19 gainers. And on the laggards table, Total came first with a 4 naira 89 copper loss. It's followed by Dangote Cement and UACN. On the other hand, Mobil led the gainers table with 7 naira 50 copper ahead of Okomo Oil and Unilever. Transcorp, UBA and ETI were the major contributors to market turnover. When the closing gong rang, 160.61 million shares had exchanged hands in 3,267 deals and valued at 1.64 billion naira. And that's a wrap on the stock market reports. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Thanks a lot, BC. Well, the Chief Executive Officer of MTN Nigeria Telecommunications Limited, Mr. Michael Ikwoki, has said that he has advised the federal government to come up with policies that will help the telecommunications contribute its quota to national development. According to Mr. Ikwoki, the sector has continued to provide services to teeming Nigerians.
The most important thing is to have the right kind of environment within which to operate. If you look at the ICT sector, including Telecom, for the last 12 years, we've seen about $32 billion worth of investment. We've seen, speaking for MTN, for example, we've invested over $15 billion. And what we need is to create the right kind of environment where we continue to invest. Because the reality today is that on the voice side of things, we have over 90% of the population covered. But on the data side of things, we have a lot less. So there's still a lot of investment that needs to be put in to make sure that we get more and more people on those platforms. So today, for example, in some parts of the country, you may find out that data services are not as fast. The reality is that you need to invest for that to grow. There was a time in this country where you also had the same problem with voice. But over time, it requires sustained investment. And I think the key thing is to have the right kind of policy environment to continue to support our telecom sector, to continue to invest and to support the economy.
3 duplexes worth over 100 million naira, cash, rent, support, among other prizes, are to be given out to 42 winners across Nigeria. That's according to the Chief Director, Shared Services of Fidelity Bank, Mrs. Chijioke Ugochukwu, during the presentation of prizes to the winners in Lagos State.
These are the faces of the winners of the first draw of the Fidelity Bank Save for Shelter promo in Lagos Zone. The bank executives in the Southwest says the promo, which is the 5th by the bank in the last 8 years, will give out 21 prizes in the cash and household product to winners in Lagos and 6 other zones.
3 duplexes worth over 100 million will be won, and cash and rent support will be given out in all to 42 winners. Today, a total of 21 prizes will be given out to winners who were randomly selected using our technology application last week. 7 million in cash and rent support, 9 winners, 21 consolation prizes of fridges and generators, of which we have some samples here. Here in Lagos, we have 4 of the winners with us, 2 cash winners, 2,500,000, and 2 consolation prize winners of fridge and a generator.
The good thing about this promo is that the entry barrier is very low. It's only 20,000 and 10,000. 20,000 for a new account and 10,000 for increments on an existing account. So we encourage you to participate because the value of the end prize is wonderful.
All set, prizes are given out to winners in the presence of regulators.
I'm excited, and I want to say a very big thank you to God and also to Fidelity Bank. As you go back, you spread the gospel. It is really happening live in Fidelity Bank. I'm sure most of you didn't believe you will win these prizes. 2 million, 1 million rent support, and a lot of prizes, fridges and generators. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell your spouses. It's happening here.
The Fidelity Bank Save for Shelter promo is a 6-month customer support project. And as the draws go on to make a change in the provision of shelter to customers, Fidelity Bank says they will always keep their word.
All major equities around the globe today closed in the red. Let's see those market figures now. Well, it's a wrap on business news. Thank you for watching. I am Anne Mwawadu. The rest of the news at 10 continues with Ijoma.
You first. First Bank.
Another set of 10 winners have emerged in the season 2 of Etisalat's Easy Business Millionaires, and that's in the Hunt program. The initiative, which the management of Etisalat Nigeria says is to encourage small and medium enterprises, also saw other participants rewarded. Our correspondent Yomi Otaigbe was there and now reports.
About 300 people put in different business ideas in the 2015 Easy Business Millionaires Hunt, put together by Etisalat Nigeria.
We are delighted.
With a welcome address by the Chief Executive Officer of Etisalat Nigeria, Mr. Matthew Wilshire, some past participants in the program talked about the great platform the Easy Business Millionaires Hunt has been.
My 1-week class was the best experience of my life. That opened all the doors that came after that.
Just like last year, 50 SME candidates got 1-week training at the Enterprise Development Center of the Pan-Atlantic University.
Please come and take your check of 2 million naira.
And now, 10 finalists with the best business ideas are going home with a grant of 2 million naira each, alongside office equipment.
I run a business called Sense Enterprises. We're into the production of red palm oil, the low fat variety and the regular variety. And we're producing this. We're hoping to go into large commercial quantities. And this Etisalat grant is going to help us and support us in doing that.
Not so long ago, we only started 7 years ago, and now we've reached 23 million customers. So we know what it's like to be a small business fighting against big competitors, and we know how much you have to strive and how much support you need. So no, it's not just about giving the money and walking away. We really believe in nurturing talent, providing training, providing mentorship.
At the end of the first Easy Business Millionaires Hunt, we've seen lives transformed. We've seen people starting as a one-man owned business, employing as much as 18 people. The multiplier effect of this is second to none. And of course, today, we're empowering 50 SMEs, 50 individuals that have set up their businesses with office equipment, laptops, printers, scanners.
The management of Etisalat Nigeria says it will continue with empowering young entrepreneurs in the country, thereby contributing the company's quota to the economic development of Nigeria. Yomi Otaibu reporting for Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Chelsea manager Mourinho receives suspended one-match stadium ban and £50,000 fine after admitting a breach of English FA rules. So that'll be on sports. Just stay with us.